Most people completely misunderstand what it actually takes to register a company in Sierra Leone, and because of that misunderstanding, they either dismiss it as too bureaucratic and risky, or they assume it is an overly simple offshore shortcut that requires almost no effort at all. But the truth sits somewhere in between. And that is exactly what David discovered when he started exploring international business registration from his home in Austin, Texas. David ran a small digital marketing agency, working with clients across the United States. But as his business grew, so did his curiosity about international expansion. He kept hearing about entrepreneurs registering companies in different jurisdictions to diversify operations, manage global clients, and sometimes optimize taxation structures legally. One evening, while researching emerging markets, he came across something unusual. Sierra Leone LLC. At first, he almost skipped past it. For most people, Sierra Leone is not the first place that comes to mind when thinking about business formation. It is better known internationally for its history, natural resources, and rebuilding economy than for corporate structures or offshore company formation. But the more David researched, the more he realized something important. Sierra Leone has a formal Companies Act that allows for the incorporation of limited liability companies through the Office of the Administrator and Registrar General, commonly known as ORG. This system supports both local and foreign investors who want to establish legally recognized business entities within the country. And that changed everything for him. Because suddenly, Sierra Leone was not just a distant country on the map. It became a real jurisdiction with a structured legal framework for company registration. But here's where things get interesting. David assumed the process would either be extremely complex and paper-heavy, or completely simplified due to digital modernization efforts in some African business registries. What he discovered instead was something more balanced. A structured formal process that requires documentation, legal compliance, and sequential registration steps, but is still accessible for foreign entrepreneurs who understand how to navigate it properly. And that is where most people go wrong. Because they assume either extreme simplicity or extreme difficulty, instead of understanding the actual system. So David decided to take the next step seriously. He contacted a local business consultant named Miriam in Freetown, who had experience assisting foreign investors with company formation. And the first thing she told him immediately reset his expectations. In Sierra Leone, company registration is straightforward if you follow the order. But if you miss the order, everything slows down. That sentence stayed with him, because it revealed something critical. The system is not designed to confuse you. It is designed to be followed step by step. And the first step is not registration itself. It is preparation. Before any company can be registered in Sierra Leone, the applicant must prepare essential documentation that verifies identity, business intent, and structure. For David, that meant gathering his passport, proof of address, and a clear description of his intended business activities. At first, this seemed simple. But Miriam explained something important. Your business description is not just a formality. It determines your classification, tax obligations, and regulatory category. And this is where many entrepreneurs underestimate the process. Because a vague or overly broad business description can lead to delays in approval or requests for clarification from the registry. So David refined his plan. Instead of saying, digital services, he specified, digital marketing, consulting, and international client acquisition services. That small change made a big difference. But here's where the process truly begins. The next step is name reservation. In Sierra Leone, before a company can be incorporated, the proposed company name must be checked and reserved through the corporate registry system. David submitted 3 options. One name was rejected due to similarity with an existing registered entity. Another was flagged because it did not meet formatting guidelines. The third was accepted after review. And Miriam explained why this step matters so much. A company name is not just branding, it is legal identity. If it overlaps or conflicts, it cannot be approved. That concept shifted David's understanding completely. Because he realized this was not just administrative paperwork. It was legal identity creation. And once the name was approved, the next phase began. Incorporation. This is where things become more structured. Incorporation in Sierra Leone requires the preparation and submission of formal legal documents, including the Memorandum and Articles of Association. These documents define the company's purpose, ownership structure, shareholder responsibilities, and internal governance rules. And this is where Sarah, another entrepreneur from Chicago, encountered difficulties when she tried to reuse generic international templates without adapting them to local requirements. Her application was delayed because the structure did not align with Sierra Leone's corporate filing expectations. And that is a mistake many people make. They assume legal documents are universal. But they are not. They must match the jurisdiction where the company is being registered. So David worked closely with Miriam to prepare proper documentation. He defined his shareholder structure clearly. He set his registered office address in Sierra Leone. And he confirmed his initial capital structure based on legal requirements. And then the documents were submitted to the Registrar General's office. But here's where patience becomes important. Because incorporation is not instant. It goes through review, verification, and official approval before a certificate of incorporation is issued. During this waiting period, many entrepreneurs feel uncertain. But Miriam reassured David. If your documents are correct, the process moves. If something is missing, it comes back for correction. That is all there is to it. And that turned uncertainty into clarity. After review, David's company was approved and officially incorporated. And that moment felt like a major milestone. But Miriam immediately reminded him of something crucial. Incorporation is not the end. It is only the beginning of legal existence. Because now comes the next stage. Tax registration. And this is where many people underestimate the system again. In Sierra Leone, newly incorporated companies must register with the National Revenue Authority to obtain a tax identification number, commonly known as a TIN. Without this number, the company cannot fully operate within the tax system or open certain financial accounts. David began the registration process, providing incorporation documents, identification, and business details. And this is where Daniel, another foreign entrepreneur from the UK, ran into problems earlier. His incorporation documents were fine, but his tax registration was delayed due to inconsistencies in business activity descriptions between filings. And this highlights something important. Consistency matters across all documentation. Your incorporation documents, tax registration, and banking applications must all tell the same story. Otherwise, delays occur. But David was careful. He ensured all documents matched perfectly. And his tax registration was approved without major issues. But now came another critical step. Banking. And this is often where expectations meet reality. Opening a corporate bank account in Sierra Leone requires verified incorporation documents, tax identification, shareholder information, and proof of business activity. Banks also conduct due diligence checks depending on risk classification. And this is where Emily, a business owner from Los Angeles, faced delays in a similar process because her business activity was not clearly defined. Banks need clarity. They need to understand what the company does, where its revenue comes from, and how funds will flow. So David prepared thoroughly. He documented his client contracts, explained his service model, and provided clear financial projections. And that preparation made the process smoother. But here's the deeper insight most people miss. In Sierra Leone, and many emerging jurisdictions, company formation is not just legal paperwork. It is a credibility-building process. Each step validates your business identity in a structured system. And when you understand that, everything changes. Because now you are not just filling forms. You are building legal recognition. And that recognition has stages. Preparation, name reservation, incorporation, tax registration, and banking. Each stage unlocks the next. But skipping or rushing any step can create delays that compound later. And that is why understanding sequence is more important than speed. David eventually completed all steps. And what surprised him most was not the difficulty. It was the clarity once the process was understood. Because once the structure became visible, everything became manageable. And that is the real lesson here. Sierra Leone's company registration system is not designed for confusion. It is designed for procedural order. And when you follow that order correctly, it works. But here's a final curiosity loop most entrepreneurs never consider. Emerging jurisdictions like Sierra Leone are increasingly aligning their corporate systems with international standards, which means transparency, documentation, and compliance are becoming more important than ever. That means shortcuts don't work, but structured approaches do. So let's bring everything together clearly. First, you prepare identification and define your business activity with precision. Second, you reserve and approve your company name through the registry. Third, you prepare and submit incorporation documents under the Companies Act. Fourth, you register for tax identification with the National Revenue Authority. And finally, you complete banking and operational setup with full documentation alignment. Each step builds legal identity. And each step depends on the previous one being completed correctly. And here is the final insight. Most people assume international company formation is either too complicated or too simple. But the truth is that it is structured administration. Once you understand the structure, you gain control. And once you gain control, global business stops being uncertain and starts becoming strategic. David started this journey unsure and cautious. But he ended it with something far more valuable: clarity. And that clarity is what transforms entrepreneurs from guesswork to strategy. So if you are considering registering an LLC equivalent in Sierra Leone, the real question is not whether the system works. It does. The real question is whether you are ready to follow the process with precision, patience, and consistency. Because once you do, you realize something powerful. Global opportunity is not random. It is procedural. And when you understand the procedure, you can operate anywhere with confidence. If you found this guide helpful and want more deep breakdowns of international company formation and global business systems, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Because the next guide may completely change how you see emerging markets and global opportunity.